Okay. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 3. For forward thoughts separate from the Most High.
Do what?
They separate from the Most High.
So these thoughts that comes into your mind, they will separate you from the Most High. Go ahead.
And his power. When it is tried, reproof the unwise. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter.
For a malicious soul, wisdom will not enter. Go ahead.
Nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin.
So as soon as you start sinning, you could be righteous. As soon as you start getting off course, she'll flee. She out of there. Go ahead.
For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit.
For the Holy Spirit of discipline, she will flee deceit. She got to go. She can't stand it. Go ahead.
And remove from thoughts that are without understanding.
And so she's going to remove, as soon as you got these thoughts without understanding, she gone. She out of there. But she'll walk with you for a while, just to see. She'll be testing you with little things. Let's go to Sirach 4:16. Sirach 4:16.
Sirach, chapter 4, verse 16. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generations shall hold her in possession.
So if you commit yourself to the Spirit, to wisdom, you will get her through all your generations. But you got to commit yourself to her. Go ahead.
For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways.
So she'll walk with you at first. She'll be right there with you while you doing stuff that you know you ain't got no business. That's her whispering in your ear, don't do that. That's her telling you not to do whatever it is that your flesh is trying to call you to do. Go ahead.
And bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline.
So again, that's that feeling. But most of us, what we'll do, we'll drink something. We'll drink alcohol or smoke something to ward this off. So we can put her out of our mind. If I'm drunk, I can ignore her. I turn the music up even louder. But you still know that you're not supposed to be doing whatever it is that you're about to do. That's her warning you not to do it. Go ahead.
Until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws.
By the laws. Try him by her laws. Damage. She's going to try you by them. But she'll stay with you for a while. Go ahead.
Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him, and show him her secrets.
And show him the secrets. Go ahead.
But if he go wrong.
But if he do what?
But if he go wrong.
But if he go wrong.
She will forsake him.
She will do what?
She will forsake him.
She will leave him. She will forsake him if he go wrong. Go ahead.
And give him over to his own ruin.
And give him over to his own ruins. That's whatever he been lusting for, that he kept trying to get and he kept ignoring her, she'll give you over to it. The spirit will flee from you and say, go ahead and please your flesh. That's what you want to do. Go ahead and please your flesh. But you have been separated from the Most High now. Because you chose to please your flesh over the spirit. We must put off the flesh and put on the spirit. It's a must. If you're doing this walk, you must put off the flesh. Let's go to Sirach 18. Sirach 18 and 30.
Sirach chapter 18, verse 30. Go not after thy lusts.
Go not up what?
Go not after thy lust,
Go not after thy lust. Whatever it is that your eyes are seeing and really wanting, go not after it. Go ahead.
but refrain thyself from thine appetites.
Refrain thyself from thine appetite. It means don't do it. You got to put on the spirit, man, to be able to overcome the flesh. Go ahead.
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee.
So if thou givest thy soul to thy desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock. So if you give yourself over to whatever it is that you're desiring, it's not a good look. You got to be able to fight it off. You got to be able to fight it off. That means put the flesh off and get into the spirit. You got to ask him, give me the strength to be able to fight this off. Like I said, people are smoking and drinking, fornicating and doing all kind of stuff. They don't want to do it. A lot of them don't want to do it, but their flesh is too weak to overcome. Let's go to Romans 13 and 14. So if you don't want to get caught up in your flesh, you got to be able to put the spirit man on. Romans 13 and 14. Romans 13 and 14.
Romans chapter 13, verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Yeshua HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh.
For what?
For the flesh.
Go ahead.
To fulfill the lust thereof.
So right there it says, put ye on the Lord, put on the Messiah, and make no provisions for the flesh. So if you don't make no provisions for it, you won't do it. You'll fulfill the spirit. You won't follow in what your flesh want to do. You'll do the spirit, because now you put on the Messiah. And every time you doing something contrary to him, you putting him back on the cross and making him an open shame. Every time the people that put him say that you of him and you say you following him, and you go out and do something in front of people's eyes, that's why people hate being a Christian so bad. Because these people say that they down with the Most High, but every time you see them, they doing something of the flesh. They get right out the church and go right back in the flesh, and they was in the flesh in the church. Women in there with short skirts on, tattoos showing, all kinds of mess. That's flesh stuff. That is not of the spirit. And then you tell them that you need to be covered up. Oh, I got a nice shape. I got the soap. That's of the flesh. You causing people to err. You causing people to err. Guys in there with do-rags on. That's of the flesh. Don't even make no sense. Let's go to Galatians. Galatians 5 and 16. Galatians 5 and 16. Go ahead.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit.
Do what?
Walk in the spirit.
Walk in the spirit. Now don't say the flesh. Walk in the spirit. Go ahead.
And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
So if you walk in the spirit, you won't fulfill the lust of the flesh. It's a must. You gotta put on the spirit and not the flesh. Go ahead.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
So the flesh lusteth against the spirit. They against each other. They warring. We see most of the time the lust of the flesh is winning out. But we can't let the flesh win out.
And the spirit against the flesh.
Go ahead.
And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Go ahead.
But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
So, but if you be led by the Spirit, you're not under the law. So you must, again, put on Christ, the Messiah, and walk after him. Once you do that, it'll get easier and easier for you. But you got to start somewhere. It'll get easier and easier for you. Go to Galatians 6 and 8.
Galatians 6 and 8. For he that soweth to his flesh.
To what?
For he that soweth to his flesh.
For he that soweth to his flesh, what's going to happen?
Shall of the flesh reap corruption.
So of the flesh he shall reap corruption. If you sow in the flesh, you're going to reap in the flesh. Go ahead.
But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap everlasting life.
Which one sound better? The corruption of the flesh or the spirit of everlasting? Read it from the top again, huh?
That's 6 and what?
6 and 8.
6 and 8. Galatians 6 and 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
So I know I want the everlasting one, but if you sowing in the flesh, you're going to reap corruption. That's death, because you're going to be under sin. Because the wages of sin is death, and it's not everlasting life. I know everybody wants everlasting life. Again, so you must put on the Spirit and take off the flesh. Now we're going to go to one of the greatest people in the Bible and show how he got caught up in his flesh. His eyes got him in trouble. Big trouble. This is one of the greatest people in the Bible. Let's go to 2 Samuel 11 and 2. You know I like to get my stories in there. 2 Samuel 11 and 2. Now through this caused the great David to break 3 commandments through his eyes. Go ahead.
2 Samuel chapter 11 verse 2. And it came to pass that in the evening time that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house.
So David got up out of his bed. Now he walking on top of the roof, you know, basically on his kingdom. Go ahead.
And from the roof he saw a woman.
He did what?
He saw a woman.
So David, on top of this roof, he looks down and he sees a woman. Go ahead.
Washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon.
So right there, David's eyes is about to get him into a big mess of trouble. Go ahead.
And David sent and inquired after the woman.
So now David got some of his servants. Go get that woman. I got to find out about her. Go ahead.
And one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam?
That's the old boy's daughter. Go ahead.
The wife of Uriah the Hittite.
The wife of Uriah the Hittite. Now David knows that she's married. He knows she's married. He knows who her daddy is, and he knows she married, and who she married to. Go ahead.
And David sent messengers to look and took her.
And did what?
And took her.
And took her. Go ahead.
And she came in unto him, and he lay with her.
He did what?
And he lay with her.
He lay with her. Wait a minute. David, this woman is married. David know the laws and the commandments. He's not supposed to do that. He know he's not supposed to do that. This is the king. This is who the Messiah comes to. So David know not to do this, but what happened? David is caught up in his flesh right now. The spirit ain't rocking with David right now. Go ahead.
For she was purified from her uncleanliness, and she returned unto her house. and the woman